Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. How's everything going? We're
Uh,
pretty much a hot mess at this point. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta let me
Hey,
get
Mike.
my
Hey, how
filter.
are you, Jamie?
My
Good.
my
How about
filter.
you? Sorry.
Oh, everything hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, you disappeared.
No, I had to take my background off because we keep move that out of the way. We keep not being able to be seen. That's not a
Yeah,
good thing
I'm
for the
my
podcast.
office is basically my bedroom closet. And so I'm kind of in the middle of constructing a podcast station behind me. Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah,
So are you still in St. Louis?
I am. Well, I was living in an apartment in Alton and I moved about 20 minutes closer to Edwardsville, Illinois.
Uh-huh.
So I'm right next to Wood River.
How'd you like Alton?
I love Alton. I grew up born and raised in Alton, so that's gonna always have a special place in my heart. Yeah.
So is it Troy Taylor that's
Yeah.
there?
I have met him once, actually investigated at one of their locations, Lincoln Theater in Decatur, Illinois.
Ooh,
That was a cool place to investigate.
nice.
It was really interesting because I had been to quite a few already, and this was the first one where there was like over 30 people that signed up and showed up for this. And after a couple hours, 90% were had taken off and given up on it.
Wow.
And by the last like 3 hours of the night, it was me and one other person, and we just kind of had the run of the place. It was amazing.
That's a lot.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
happened a couple of times at McIntyre
and
Oh,
when
wow.
people, yeah, where people, oh yeah, when we used to do haunted rooms at the Pythian Castle down in Springfield, we had like 10, 12 guests that were supposed to come in two shows.
Oh, wow.
So they got like the VIP for the 6 hours we were there. That was pretty cool.
Nice. That is nice, though. Are you no longer with Haunted Rooms or? Oh,
We quit haunted rooms. I sent Wes a notice in December and let him know that we were going to start doing our own things. Wished him well. Haven't heard a peep out of him or David, the national director. So,
wow. Well,
no,
I'm super happy for you kind of doing your own thing. You will be missed. It won't be the same without you.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
we had a lot of fun. Met a lot of fun.
amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bulk of which have continued to
Yeah.
follow us and support us on our journey, which has just been
Absolutely.
very humbling and very rewarding in several ways. So
Yeah.
we just had,
I
go ahead. I'm sorry.
you go ahead. I'll
Oh no, we were just at the temple over in Salina and we irritated a lady because we couldn't let her in. And she's
oh,
like, I messaged you, and I was like, I don't have anything. And then she messaged me just a couple of hours before, and I don't monitor my phone because we're driving
yeah.
and up. So I said, we've
Yeah.
been sold out though for months. So I couldn't
Wow.
let her in because we were at capacity with our insurance. Plus there was like 40 some people on the wait list on Eventbrite. So
Yeah.
that would have been the proper thing to do. So, and we try to
Yeah.
do the right
Yeah,
thing.
we do. But
So,
that's fun. At least I don't have to try to get a hold of Wes because he's 6 hours ahead of us. So at 8 o'clock at night, it's 2 a.m. in London. And if you have a problem, you have nobody to turn to. If I have
Oh,
a
wow.
problem, look at her and say, take care of it, hon. You know?
But you both have like done so amazing. It just seems like you just knew exactly what to do when, and it just worked out so well. So
Oh, thanks. Thanks. It's harder than it looks
we fake it
sometimes.
till we make it, Jamie. Fake it till
oh
we make it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's very.
So how are things? Did the cruise ship that didn't go? Did you get to cruise at all?
I went to training in January, and that was week-long training up in Maryland at a Coast Guard training base.
Nice.
I passed all their tests, and the person that was responsible for boarding me called in February and asked when they could go ahead and get me boarded on the ship. And at that time, I wasn't sure if the cruise ship job was actually going to happen because the communication was such a problem. And I had already accepted another job with the traveling videography for a second year. And I didn't want to be disrespectful and back out and be like, yeah, I'm going to go on a ship instead. I had already told my boss that I committed to working with them that first half of the year. So I let the person responsible for boarding me know that I have already communicated this before training, that I'm available in August and looking forward to working on the ship in August. And they said, okay, that they would call back in July for scheduling boarding.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but they never called. And I sent quite a few emails, just kind of like, hey, I'm still interested. Is the position still available? And I received no response. So
Everything happens for a reason, though. I think that's COVID seems to be pretty fit on those cruise ships, so that could be a blessings in disguise. Because I saw in the news this evening that there's a new really bad strain of COVID going around again that's the States. So it's never ending, never ending. So
yeah.
we're going to take
So
that as a blessing. I know you may be a little heartbroken because that seemed like a super cool job, but
yeah, it seemed like an amazing adventure work opportunity. And I mean, the very least, just let me know it's no longer available. But they didn't want to even do that. So
been there, done that too. So
yeah,
it's all good. That's their loss, dear. It's their
yeah,
loss.
yep. So I refocused and was like, well, I had this podcast idea and I've got no work ahead of me. I mean, I'm freelancing whenever I get an opportunity, but what about doing this? And so,
Oh, that's a
yeah,
cool idea. We're welcome to give you some names and people to chat up and have on your show that might be able to at least keep you going if you're looking for people to do
yeah,
that. Yeah.
that would be fantastic. I also would like to ask you about the route you took for insurance with insuring your investigations and that, because I am looking into turning Paramedia not just into a podcast, but a paranormal investigative team as well.
Oh,
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I went, he didn't even know I was doing, well, he knew I was doing it, but I went I think the company has changed names now, but a startup company, you don't have a lot of funds to go out and do because some venues cost $1,000 to rent now. So I know people are like, we try to keep ticket prices low, but we are VIP, so we try to do swag bags and fruits and vegetables and not everything, just the chips from Walmart kind of
And not
thing.
just chips and chocolate, but
Mhm.
stuff for diabetic people who can't eat that, and really make it a different venue. We even have have you seen the photo booths that are out now that you can rent? They're kind of like this.
And you can take it
Yes.
Facebook or email or text or whatever.
I called a company and said I'd like to rent one for one of my events. And it's $600 for 4 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I said, I'll get back to you. And about 3 days later, they sent me a text. Are you still interested? And I said, well, not really. I didn't know it was that expensive. I just went out and bought one for myself.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to spend $600 to rent one for 4 hours, why not spend $900 and buy one that I
To
can
keep.
have?
Right.
Maybe I'll rent
You
it
can
out.
use it anytime.
And maybe I'll rent it out. So,
Yeah,
You could actually do that as a side business to rent yours out and make a little bit.
absolutely. It's
well,
funny you said that
we
'cause
thought about it, and they're still thinking about it.
Yeah.
there's a girl at work that just posted today. She was looking for someone that had a photo booth to rent, but she wanted it unmanned. And I'm like, it's like, is there children? Is there alcohol? And it's a big tequila party. So I'm like, I would not be able to do that unmanned.
Yeah.
It would require someone to be there. We would try to stay out of sight so you guys could do your party thing. But we have a vendor fair that day, but I've got several friends in Topeka that would be willing to go sit and get paid a little bit on the side and be there and be the host for that kind of thing and make it fun. Because we bought all the props and all of that to go with them too. So, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll get one unmanned, but I hope she does. Good luck to her.
It's a step-by-step adventure. We're still
Oh,
playing
yeah.
with it, so it's fun.
The insurance, and you can download the app or you can go to they're on a website, but it's Next, NEXT Insurance
I'm going to write it down.
thing. And you can get like there's a couple of venues like Missouri State Pen and the Temple where we have to get like $1 million policies to host an event there, to have it as an event kind of thing, because it is a venue where people host wedding parties and things of that nature. And it helps them protect themselves too. But it's like we already have a $500,000 policy that I pay. I think it's like, I don't know exactly the dollar amount we pay per month, but it comes out of the account. But anyway, you should know. But anyway, you can per venue that requires that, you can get it for like we're going to be doing an event for 2 days. So I'll just get it from 5 p.m. on Friday till 5 p.m. on Sunday, like a 48-hour window. So
Yeah.
there's all kinds of different things you can add in there or take away. We don't have any employees. Erica volunteers with us. She's our only investigator. Chris and Anna come down. They just came down this weekend for Chicago, but they're volunteers. So we don't have any 1099 employees or anything like that to have to worry about workers' comp or any of that. So that's
Yeah.
about it's a lot to navigate. Haven't got the website up yet. I do have one for the Samantha Belvoir, so I'm looking at converting that and using that URL for a while because I'm paying for it, so why not use it? I don't do readings or tarot readings or mediumship readings. Really, I focus on the missing persons cases, so that's where I want to invest my energy there, is helping finding those.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I was really hoping to talk to you about that and get a little bit better understanding, even for podcast listeners, what all goes into work like that, what it's like for you, and just if you can't share something
Oh, I
that's
can
totally
share.
okay, cool. Yeah.
'Cause it's all, go ahead, ask. You do. I'll be quiet and you can restart. I know you're taping. You can do your thing.
No worries. Thank you. I wanted to ask you what it's like to work as someone who goes out and finds missing people, and you have a specific skill set that helps you through that. And can you explain a little bit more on that?
Sure. Well, my friend is the one who got me involved in it. She lives up New York, New Jersey way, and we went to Arthur Finley College together and took a mediumship gallery advanced course. And she's like, "Well, I think you might be really good at this. I've been getting these photos." And I'm like, "Ooh, I've never really done anything based off of a photo." And at the time, they sent the photos out to five of us, evidential mediums, for lack of a better term. I don't like labels, but that's what we're going to go with anyway, is evidential mediums. And then and that's all we get is the photo. And then we will go sit with it. We'll invite that person's energy to come to us, share with us what happened to them, where they are, any kind of information that they're willing to present to us, right? And so it can be the very first case I worked on was a young lady, and I'm happy to send you her photo. It's public knowledge. But when I sat for that, it was just like it came so quickly. She was just like, she was so eager to tell somebody what had happened to her. And sure enough, all the info she gave me, the chest, and I was so sick. I've never done drugs, so I don't know what a drug induced state would be. But I just felt like either one, I was pregnant and having morning sickness, because I have had that, or I was really ODing or something. And it felt more like morning sickness. And then she showed me, she kept saying gym, gym, gym. And I saw her working out in the gym, and she met him at the gym. And then my friend had picked up something about a gym, a GYM, not a JIM. And she saw a purse that was black with a white flap and a gold chain. So out of the five of us, I think three of us hit on Jim. But it's like she showed me him. She described, he was over 6 foot tall, real thin hair, kind of big and buff, and that big tough, like a football player looking guy, right? And so when they got all of our findings in, or our writings in, we sat down on a call and we all started sharing what we received and what they looked like and how we felt and everything else. Lo and behold, Jamie, I thought maybe he was a personal trainer. He was the gym owner.
Oh, wow.
They were having an affair. She was pregnant, but so was his.
Oops.
And
Yeah.
so that wasn't going to happen. And I saw her being dragged out of her apartment, townhome, duplex looking thing. I saw her getting pulled out. My friend saw her in an SUV, and I had an impact to my chest, and so did my friend. She had been shot in the chest and burned in the vehicle. So, oof. But he's behind bars, which is huge, because the description I gave of him, and it wasn't me, okay, just to be clear, it was not me. It was her coming to me and sharing that information with me. So it's not that everybody has the gift, it's just whether or not they want to work that muscle a little bit. Why are you looking like that?
I have a hard time with that. Everybody has a gift. I have a better time with everybody has the muscle. I know how to use it, but I don't think everybody has the gift. I just don't.
I feel that they do. He just doesn't, because he would tell you, he's like, I'm not like, anyway, hold on that. But anyway, he is behind bars, and that's how they do it. They just send us a photo. Some are more urgent than others, but I've had a couple that were so spot on, and I appreciate them coming too, because the family was able to have closure. And some, it just seems so discombobulated because it doesn't, for whatever reason, not all the pieces fit. So obviously we can't save and find everyone, but it's it's a pretty rewarding and amazing gift. And that's, I could do mediumship, I could do gallery and all of that, but that's not where I want to focus. I just want to focus on helping find missing persons.
Yeah, and that's such a great avenue to take because you get to help so many people. So
It's my passion.
it's good that you found that and are sticking to it. So
Yeah, thanks to my friend Samantha. She's been a godsend in that regard, bringing that to me.
but she's super nice.
So we're Samantha and Sam. Samantha and Samantha. Anyway,
if I remember correctly, Mike, you're a bit more of a skeptic with the paranormal.
People laugh because I've been doing this for so long. They think I'm an automatic believer. And I tell everybody, and I think I even told you once, and I'm all the way up to 54% believer. I mean, it's only natural that when something weird happens, you want to debunk it and say, is that really paranormal? But there's a few happenings that have happened that you can't debunk. And a really quick example, we had gone to McIntyrville in Atchison.
Yeah.
We were setting up and bringing our stuff into the villa to set up. And Sam was out by the car. The car's only parked maybe 20 feet from the back door. And I had just come out the back door, walking toward the car.
Down that little ramp.
Yeah, the little ramp. And all of a sudden, this voice, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I mean, screams my name. And I turn around, what the?
And I came out.
You were the only one there.
Of the.
And she came from she was on the driver's side.
In the back seat.
Around the back.
And I said, why did you yell your own name?
Oh, wow.
And it was so creepy. It's so creepy.
I mean, it was loud. It's like somebody was trying to and they got my attention. That's what, so something like that. How do you debunk that? Right? Yeah. So
we were the only two there.
We were up. I mean, for several hours, we were the only ones there trying to set up and get ready for our event. So that's the kind of stuff that I love. The other things that when you hear something creak, could it be a floorboard? Could it be a ghost? I'll go to the floorboard until I see the ghost. And let's just not get excited. But something like that, when your name is called and you're the only one there and it came out of the house, hi guys, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
I don't just accept it. And she laughs, but she's pretty good at debunking too, because she doesn't take everything at just face value either. We look at each other, talk it over, and say, "What? How did it happen? Can you recreate that?" And that part, yeah. But if you remember me, don't forget, I like the aliens. I love ghost hunting.
What's your poison? What do
you like? I know you've been to a couple of our events. I know you like to ghost hunt, but what's your passion?
Filmmaking, paranormal investigating is. I love to make that connection with something that maybe was alive 100 years ago and have that conversation and be able to hear their story. The connection is what does it for me, and just getting some small snippet makes it all worth it.
Especially when you capture it on camera.
Yes.
That is to die for.
Rare. Which is rare.
It
to
is.
Be authentic in a way, because with AI you can make all kinds of stuff and you don't know what's real or what's fake. And that's so disappointing that people would fake stuff.
And they try. On TV, they're always. It does make you wonder on TV, was that really real, or was that done for the benefit of the audience so that we will continue to watch their show? So
it's so easy to stage something nowadays. You can use practical effects, you can use post-production or editing to make it happen. My goal with Paramedia is to kind of shed light on that and even unpack some major movies or any movies that have the paranormal in it, and just kind of break it down and be like, this you could potentially see in an investigation, and this is how likelihood or how likely you could see it, or this is a bit extreme and probably more for entertainment. So it's not to discount the movie. It's an incredible entertainment piece on its own. It's just to kind of help inform and build a little bit better understanding on the paranormal.
With your skill set, you know what I would love to see you do? Make a bunch of stuff and then go on a podcast and say, look, guys, this is how easy it is.
Seriously.
This is how easy it is to fake stuff. And here's what's done and how it's done. So the next time you see something that somebody's showing you on the camera, either a still shot, a video, whatever, they have more information to process what they're seeing and saying, because I don't have that skill set. I don't have, I know it can be done, but I don't have. I would love to see
Yeah.
a little bit, 15 or 20 minutes on.
That's actually a really incredible idea. I love that.
That would be a very interesting subject to put across. Hey guys, when you go somewhere, here's what you look for, and how to tell the real from the fake. Because you, with your background, you could do that. I would watch that in a heartbeat, probably several times.
So here's the thing. One of my friends at work went to a location, and I won't disclose any information. It was her first time going on a ghost hunt. She went with some other work friends, and she was terrified. And she's like, how does so much happen? The location has something in it, and I know who the person was that put that in there. So with all the intention and all the fear that's been instilled into that location, and it's not McIntyre, but with all the fear that's been instilled into that location and the hype of it, it's like they're manifesting this entity on their own. And then in addition to that, there are now cameras everywhere. There's little toy cars zipping across the floor. There's dolls moving, falling. There's stuff being thrown. And it's just like, okay. She's like, how do I debunk this? It was off the chain. And I said, okay, first of all, if it's so much it seems unreal, it probably is unreal. And she's like, we had this REM pod sitting right here. It went off all night long. We set the cat ball there, go off all night long. And I was like, did you check for where the Wi-Fi runs? Did you have your cell phones all night long? Did you have them on? Or did you have them on airplane mode? Did you have a phone setting close by, videotaping everything? So every time you got a text or an email or one of your apps is getting something,
it gets refreshed in the background.
It's going to send a charge out there, and that device is going to go off. Well, what makes the dolls? And I said, well, who's to say nowadays that people, some owners may have, because I think there was a location down south that they found magnets in the walls, making things go up and down the wall and things happen. So I said, what if because with technology, you can use a remote control to make something zip across the floor if it's a toy car. I said, it's just, I want to debunk it all. And it's like, next time you go in there, shut the electricity off. Just go flip the breakers off. Go in there with a K2 and see all those hot spots before. See if you're getting any readings. Turn your cell phone on airplane mode and see if you get anything. Because I think it's just, there's so much fear that's instilled in some of those places. It's like, you don't have to fake stuff.
No, but like you said earlier, some of these owners want to be recognized, want their property on TV. They want to be talked about. And that way they can raise prices, whatever. And
but if you just talk to spirit, they'll come.
I don't put it, absolutely, but I don't put it past an owner to be a little ambitious.
And you got people at the villa faking stuff.
I'm over 54%.
That is a really great point, because they want the notoriety, they want more people showing up, they want to make more money. And
we're not bashing. Please no, we're not bashing any but it gives paranormal a bad name and
It's an
fear into
entertainment event, but it's fabricated. It's still fun to go to it. It's still fun
Yes.
to experience that, but it does kind of take away from the more realistic paranormal
Authentic.
locations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather go in a location like Edinburgh Manor in
Well,
Monticello,
How
Iowa,
about Ashmore, where Jamie's been?
or Ashmore. Yeah, yeah.
Because things happen there, especially when the bats are flying down the hallway.
Oh, that
But I
was
mean,
Was that not awesome?
that was fun, wasn't it?
So,
but Robin does have electricity. Cindy
Yeah.
does not have electricity throughout the location.
Cindy at Edinburgh Manor is that place is,
So when you don't have electricity running
Yeah.
through every floor, right? And then you've got devices going off, it's like,
it means a little more. And
Yeah.
You might
there's
want to look more into that.
credibility to what may or may not be happening.
You also made another point, Sam, about just her already being terrified. Every person creates their own energy. And I did a little research on this whenever I was going for my bachelor's degree, worked on a documentary of how mental health also plays into the paranormal and how they kind of build off of each other or can. Oh,
absolutely.
meeting will end in 10 minutes. Just giving you a heads up. I got that. Hold on. I got that little reminder. So,
Oh.
Well, and it sounds like you're talking about one of our favorite subjects, setting intentions. If you want to be scared, you're going to be scared no matter what happens, right? The most famous line in psychology is, you are who you think you are. You are a product of your own thoughts, period. So if you think you're going to be terrified and something squeaks, you're terrified. Well,
absolutely.
the rest of it, that's what we're living for, and that's what you run toward, because it's not terrifying. We just want to see who's there. Well, I always tell Sam, we joke, we're both looking for that blabbermouth spirit that's going to tell us everything that's going on the other side. Curiosity over fear, right?
Yes.
Run toward the happenings and see if you can't find out what's going on.
Yeah, Greg Newkirk gave us that a long
Greg
time
Newkirk
ago.
was famous about that, and
Curiosity
we have
over
taken
fear.
taken
Taking
that
it to heart. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a firm belief that we've been doing this for years and years, and I don't think anything bad's ever happened.
We've
I-
never
I-
encountered a demon,
No.
and I've been talking to spirits since I was 4.
Grumpy old ghost,
Yes, grumpy old man.
grumpy old man, but not a demon. Never. If you want a demon, I'm sure we could find one for you. But no.
I don't know where we're going
I
to
don't-
conjure one up.
No.
Zach Baggins Museum, maybe. I don't know. Just kidding.
I don't know.
Zach.
Exactly.
Just a joke. Just a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
A little bit of paranormal humor there.
Oh yeah.
but you're so right. And I will tell you, we were at the Glore in St. Joe. Have you heard of that place?
I have.
So we were there.
Well, it's called the Glore Psychiatric Museum.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
to your point, apology.
We had some really weird experiences on the floor where they did some not so nice things to people. It was my floor. And one of the people that really experienced something were podcasters, Generation X podcast with Logan and Nicole. They would be somebody that would probably come on and talk to you.
Yeah.
And Logan had such a profound experience because while they're a podcaster, and they'd been on investigations like Missouri State Pen, those walking tours. They had never been on a true investigation like what they went on with us.
That was their first one.
And it left
It was
an
it was a
impression.
good one for their first one. It had about everything you'd want.
It was, yeah. And their podcast did address the mental health side of things, especially being at the psychiatric hospital.
I would love to work out a podcast episode with them if you could give
I
me
will
their
make that
contact
happen
or whatever.
for you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so
I'll
much.
send you their info and I'll give them a heads up. So
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you. We have about little more than 6 minutes left.
Okay.
I do want to thank you both so much for agreeing to do this. You are two of my favorite investigators. I
Thank you.
learned
Thank
to
you.
really
You're
get
a good
into
friend.
it. I learned to really get into investigating and just love doing it because I saw how you guys both approached it whenever I first started going, and it's stuck with me ever since. I do want to give you a couple of minutes if you have anything that you want to promote yourselves or share that you're currently working on or whatever. You do have that opportunity to hopefully get more viewers your way from Paramedia.
Our since we're on our own, our company name is Epic VIP Events with the mysterious Mike and Sam. It's on Facebook. I tell people go and like our page because we do dumb stuff like we have contests every now and then. We give away free tickets to an event. We also, because of her, you may get up on a Saturday night and go to a graveyard.
We haven't done that in a while though.
But other than that, all our events this year are sold out. However, we are adding one.
We're adding one more,
At
and
where?
we are
Where?
going back to the Glore
To the
because it
Glore.
was such a great, and we had people on the wait list, so we thought we could try to squeeze one in.
Squeeze the very last one.
Yeah, the last one of the year will be November 9th at the Glore. I need to load the tickets out on Eventbrite. They're not there yet. They'll be there by this weekend.
We were just
sometime.
talking about that tonight. So
Mhm.
it's one of our favorite places because things happen. You can just sit there and wait for the world to come to you, and it comes.
You can follow the Mysterious Mike and Sam on Eventbrite, and we do have a YouTube channel by the same. I'm just getting started loading videos out there. I am working on publishing my first
Short story
short
Short
story
story.
that I'm
with
submitting.
with another one soon to follow.
No guarantee. I'm submitting 2 stories, but there's no guarantee that they'll be accepted in the book.
What
But if
book? What
they are-
book? If we're running out of time,
Oh, do we have a sneak peek?
faster.
You got
Be faster,
4
we're running
minutes.
out of time.
Oh, that's so
Send them-
cool.
And my friend Liz Beck has been published in it twice. Michelle Kubat's been in it
Yeah.
once. So I'm gonna submit a couple of stories this time around. I don't want to say what they are because in case they get in there, then they'll be released. But I'm
Other than that,
gonna,
planning the 2025 schedule of
Yeah.
Events, and hopefully that'll be out in the next probably
Couple of weeks.
maybe a month. Let's just say 4 weeks. Because it's hard. You got to get a hold of people, make sure we can get in and such.
But we will be at McIntyre Villa. We're going back to the Temple in Salina,
I'll be at the Glory again,
the Glore, the Brown,
Brown Grand Theater.
and
Who knows?
Concordia, Kansas. We hope to get to the Rose
Ashmore
Hotel.
again, Ashmore.
Ashmore for sure. We're going to do a ghost and alien night. So
Ooh.
that's a little sneak peek there. We're going to do a little double header on that one. Have people bring their lawn chairs, sleeping bags, and let's call in some aliens. I'm no Andrea Fearon, but talk to a few, and Liz talks to them as well. So
We got to get Liz and Michelle down here. They
bring
thought
them in. Bring them in. My chopped liver. I talked to them before they did.
That's true.
So,
You did. That's a story for another one.
yes, that'll be aliens on there.
Aliens. Yes.
But we do appreciate you. Tell
Yes, thank
people,
you.
tell people, our friends, where they can find you real fast.
Yeah, thank you. You can find me. I am a new podcast startup called Paramedia Podcast, and it is on paramediapodcast.com. That's PARAMEDIAPODCAST.com. You can find me through Facebook through that link as well as YouTube. So all the same Paramedia or Paramedia Podcast.
Good.
And if you guys like and follow Jamie and her podcast, she's a real sweetheart. And
Awesome. And she does like the paranormal.
Yeah.
And she's quite knowledgeable. So you know why she's knowledgeable? She came to a lot of our events.
and she created the video for our first ever Little Spirit Parrot Month.
yeah.
How did that go?
It was-
We've
it
got
was a
like
big-
1 minute left,
It
but
was great.
It was
It was
amazing.
great.
awesome.
It was
Awesome.
great.
Thank you. That was good. Made us look good anyway.
Yes.
We almost looked not quite, because this is really funny. We talked it over. let's do bullet points and let's follow the plan and let's do this.
Mhm.
She says, we gotta have a plan, we gotta follow, it. You gotta go
Script.
back on them. 30 seconds into the presentation, we're winging it.
We're off
Oh,
script
wow.
We're
already,
totally off script.
but it was fine.
But
It was
fine.
great.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
video was a hit, yeah.
Thank you so much.
To all my followers, please follow Mike and Sam. They are incredible people. They really are professionals whenever it comes to paranormal investigating. They have some of the best skills and knowledge to it. So
Well,
Thank
thank
you. Yeah.
thank you.
Just
It was
have you
great
mention-
seeing you both. Yeah.
But likewise, bye, Hen.
Bye.
Uh,